Detective Jake had always been fascinated by the world of cybernetic implants and virtual reality, but he never expected it to become his reality. In the year 2057, humanity had embraced technology to the point where it was almost impossible to distinguish reality from the virtual world. But with this new era came new challenges, and Jake found himself at the center of it all. Jake was a detective tasked with investigating crimes that happened both in the physical world and the virtual world. His cybernetic implants gave him the ability to enter the virtual world, where he could track down criminals who thought they were safe behind their computer screens. One day, Jake received a message from an anonymous source, claiming to have information about a new drug that was flooding the streets of the city. The drug, called Ghost, had the ability to transport users into a virtual world that was so realistic, they couldn't tell it apart from reality. But once they were hooked, the drug would take over their minds, turning them into mindless drones that could be controlled by whoever supplied the drug. Jake knew he had to act fast to stop the spread of Ghost. He plunged into the virtual world, following the digital trail left by the anonymous tipster. As he searched, he found himself in a world that was both beautiful and terrifying. The neon lights and futuristic buildings were mesmerizing, but the dangers lurking in the shadows were all too real. As he delved deeper, Jake discovered that the supplier of Ghost was none other than the city's most powerful corporation. They had created the drug as a way to control the minds of the masses, using them as pawns in their quest for even more power. But Jake was not one to be controlled. He fought his way through the virtual world, using his cybernetic enhancements to outsmart the corporation's minions. In the end, he found the source of Ghost and shut it down for good. As he emerged from the virtual world, Jake knew that he had just saved countless lives. But he also knew that the fight was far from over. In a world where reality and virtual reality were so intertwined, there would always be new dangers to face. But he was ready for whatever came next. He was Detective Jake, the cyberpunk detective who was always one step ahead.